Hey everybody, and welcome back. And we are taking another look at Skullgrin because this is the second of Chuck Transforms. For those of you who may not be aware, this is my new series where I am simply just doing transformation guides for figures that I think can use a little extra help. There will be no opinions. This is not a full review. We've already done a full review of Skullgrin. And really, this was the inspiration for this series, as I felt that the instructions did the transformation no favors. So to start things off, let's go ahead and remove the weapons. You will need them for vehicle mode. They are what I consider an integral part, so we'll put them off to the side. One thing right off the bat you should note is that this backpack here, the weapon pack, this is removable and will probably come off as you remove the figure from the packaging. The tail section comes folded up. It should be down for robot mode. Also, the cannon placement does matter. I think this is something I missed in the original review, but you want to have those angled sections facing down. And that basically means it would be up against the figure's back. That does allow the cannons to angle up more in vehicle mode, which we will see as that becomes a necessity of the transformation. You also want to straighten out the feet. So start us off. Go ahead and close the tusk. As you may remember, mine might have a little bit of a quality issue with the rubber on the tusk coming warped, so just be mindful of that. Then what you want to do is flip the fists up into the forearms, just like that. Rotate the arms at the bicep so the elbow joint is facing inward. Next, what you want to do is lift the Skullgrin's head up. It is on a very nice hinge. Do not fold up this back section just yet, because you will then not, if you do that, you will not be able to lift the head high enough to get the clearance to open up this chest panel. Once that is done, bring the head back down. You cannot fold the head up with the head up. You cannot fold the head through the chest with it up on that hinge, contrary to what the directions show you. It is also at this point that you need to fold that back section down, or else the panel will not close properly. With all of that done, the tail, rotate the back section up and forward and through. Everything will pop through nicely. At this point, you want to elevate the guns so you have the clearance to close up this panel. And after you do that, turn the figure around so you're looking at the underside. You have to raise this hinge section. What I recommend is taking your thumbs, one on each tab, and push up until it snaps into place. Then you will fold the arms in on that inner armpit joint and peg them together. You will then, there are slots on the bicep that those white tabs will peg into, and you want to get them in there as tightly as you can. Get them up, make it nice, there you go. And you can see here what I was talking about, the guns angling up. With that done, we're going to move down to the lower part of the figure. And this is a step that I often forget, but you need to collapse the waist section in so it's sitting back like that with the skull belt facing forward, and then rotate the legs so they're facing forward again. You've basically now have collapsed the waist into the torso for the most part. Turn the figure over, open up the back panel section here. Just get these out of the way. Flip the feet up and then bring the legs together. Now this is a little bit of a tricky step that you might have a little bit of an issue with. We need to slide the legs forward on a double hinge that the calves will peg into the thighs, really more like the shins pegging into the thighs. And then the kneecaps here, these spike parts, go into the tabs there on the torso. So just do that. And what I recommend doing is getting your thumb in there and just, or a finger, and just helping push the hinge down. So it will, I mean, sometimes you can get it naturally. I think this one's working out pretty well, but just get it down. Make sure it's secured in place. You might be able to get it all in one shot. Be careful where you put your finger to support the torso, because if you might inadvertently pop off one of the tucks. Because remember, they're not on that tightly. So you got that. And we're just about done. Rotate the treads, that they're facing out away from the center core of the figure. Push them up on these white pieces. This will peg into place like so. If things look a little lopsided, that will actually help secure them. Make sure everything's just popped into place. Up like that. And then these treads will peg into slots that are actually on the outside of the robot forearms. Bring it down. Give it a little bit of the old transformer squeeze. You can bring the cannon turret down. And then finally, you're going to want to grab the weapons. What's nice is there's a natural little slot right there that will fit into a tab on the side of the leg, and that will just help guide them in and clean up the look. Now, it is a little tough to get these in the hole, not going to lie. That is due to the weapons being made of a soft plastic, so you might have to do a little wiggle jiggle, but there you go. There is Skullgrin in vehicle mode. Now, to return to robot mode, remove the weapons, turn the figure over, unpeg the treads from the rear section there, and as you do that, you just might naturally unpeg them from the back of the legs. And now we're going to start and bring them back out. Now, what I would recommend is separating the leg so you can get more of the leverage you need. Bring the foot down. And this definitely, the best way I've found to do this is push up on the joint with your thumb. That will bring it up into position that you have this square joint. Let me see how I can position this. This square joint right there. Once you have that done, you can then straighten the knee out and rotate the tread so that it's basically facing towards you. And there's a tab for the white piece, and then the tread will peg into the back of the white piece, closing up and filling up the gap of the leg. Do it again on this side. Push up so you get that hinge in the proper position. Peg it into place, and then fold the tread up just like so. The instructions show you folding the treads up as like 2 or 3 steps, but you can just really collapse it one like that. At this point, you want to bring the legs down on the hip joints there so you can stand the figure up, and then raise the cannon so you can have a clear grab, and then raise that whole back section up so that the torso is in its original position. All that's left right now is to finish transforming the torso. So we're going to unpeg the arms. They'll naturally unpeg from those white tabs as you fold them out on the armpit joint. Now we pull down. This time we're going to push. We're actually going to be pushed up. Now we're going to pull down to snap the arms into proper position. Come back around, open up this chest panel, and then begin to flip the back section down. Flip up the back horns. Bring the head up, and you'll notice, as I've mentioned in the review, mine likes to sit a little bit off center, but lift up that chin so you can close that panel. That will lock everything into place. Open the horns as you bring the head back down. Bring the cannons up. At this point, you can use the little groove there to flip out the fists, rotate the forearms at the bicep so the elbows are facing forward, and then you can reattach the weapons as you see fit. And there we have Skullgrin back in its robot mode. The instructions really don't do this figure's transformation any favors. They really leave out folding up that back horn section, which is important to being able to close the panel in vehicle mode. They also misrepresent being able to flip the head around with the chin all the way up. You can't do that. It needs to be down. Other than that, I think they could have been a little clearer with the hinges, but I hope this helped. If it did, please let me know in the comments. If there's any other figures you would like to see, if I have them, I'll see what I can do. Please don't hit me with Studio Series figures, as usually those are my least favorite to transform, as they are, by necessity, overly complicated. But if you like this video, like, comment, and subscribe. That does help with the algorithms. Sign up for my Patreon, www.patreon.com/chuckdog1999. Other than that, this is your old pal Chuck for Skullgrin. Thank you for watching, and we will see you next time.